You
did? Can you hear me now, guys?
There we go.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't know what internet, but we have to do something here because it gets unpleasant. Oh,
okay. Well,
okay.
Start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning. Welcome, everyone, to our Unlimited Network Mastermind. I already said Happy New Year, and what I was saying just before is that I don't know about you, but I really woke up this morning, you know, first is my birthday, so that also was a chance to wake up excited, thank you. But you know, the idea of starting my new year, new day, or birthday, whatever, with nurturing, you know, our prosperity consciousness is a gift, you know, I love it and I really appreciate, because at the end I understand that of consciousness, a level of frequency, a choice of thinking, thoughts that are in alignment with our truth. And I just, you know, feel very grateful about having this guidance, this group that we can, you know, debate together here to see how much we can integrate all of this, because yes, we know, I know it here, everything, you know, but from knowing is what I think we are supporting each other here. So welcome everyone again. Today is Saturday, January 7th. And feliz cumpleaños, thank you. and let's begin. You know, we are studying right now the book that is called The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent by Abraham. And we all know, you know, the higher frequency, higher consciousness of Abraham, and how Hicks channels this higher consciousness. And really, the intention is to support us human beings to realize who we truly are and to start to enjoy capital letters life maximum. That is our true essence, is our true nature. So we are deepening here. We ended up last December, the last session, the last mastermind. We ended up chapter 17 that was dedicated to money. And I love it. I don't know about you, but it was something beautiful, you know, like to support myself. Yes, if I want more money, what kind of thoughts I have in my mind, or less in alignment. And I want to share something that worked for me very well and I'm having fun with. It's in Spanish though, because it's my original language, but it says something when I translated something. I am very happy to have all the money I need to acquire my desires. And when I say that in Spanish, you know, but I'm very happy, estoy muy contenta, I'm very happy. So that makes me already, you know, uplifts me a lot, you know, to have all the money I need to acquire, to buy, to have all my, not even all, to have what I desire. And I just want to say that I repeated, I don't know, it's kind of a mantra here and there, you know, but the first week I really went for it and it's super uplifting. So maybe this can be an inspiration for you, you know, in the sense of enjoying. And I get more and more that okay, of being happy, contenta, like, did I lost it already?
No.
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm here. Okay. Okay. What I'm saying is that the, you know, the frequency of joy and gratitude and contenta, you know, like happy, let's say, is very uplifting. And I'm getting, you know, more and more that somewhere in the consciousness that I am, okay, that comfort with money, that balance with money, that financial freedom in the sense of feeling free and secure and safe, I am already that, you know. So it's a matter of being persistent enough that I can filter it through the mind. That is the tool, if you want, that manifests things in this dimension. Clients, I will say, and who is not is? Not is in. Not is.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, I hope you can hear me well. But I just wanted to share the enthusiasm of noticing the uplifting frequency of thoughts. And I chose that one. I hope you can choose one for you, you know, that really relaxes you and makes you fun and empowers you. And I don't know, maybe take us one day, 1 year, or 10 years, I don't know. But the idea is to stay focused on something that helps us to feel good and enjoy the way of that manifestation all the time that we take, okay? Beautiful. So today we are going to start with chapter 18, and it's titled, what?
I say something.
Yes.
They can actually hear me from your speaker.
They cannot hear
Yeah,
me.
they can hear me.
No, the speaker is here.
Okay, whatever.
You say.
I'm really
So if I don't mute, you can talk now?
yes. So I'm really excited about the Abraham-Hicks books because I studied a lot of different things, but I've never seen anything that's so consistent and so, except Tibetan Buddhism also, but they never miss a beat on the truth and the deep, the absolute, the real truth. And read everything we study, not only is it so truthful, it's also inspiring. So it's something I can listen to all the time, which is very, very unusual. Most things get boring, something like that, or inconsistencies. Not one over many years have I heard, not one inconsistency. So that's pretty incredible to be able to study this.
Yes, thank you. And there is so many options in YouTube for us to how you say, like brainstorm or get in it, message, instead of news or something like that, so. Okay, so let's begin with chapter 18 to advance here, and it's titled Vibrational Relativity Regarding My World. Following are some examples of the vibrational relativity between the common desires and the beliefs that we see in many people regarding their world. First, we will state a common desire that many people hold regarding the world.
Go ahead.
What do I need to do?
Nothing.
Okay. First, we will desire that regarding the world. We will list a series of common beliefs about that desire. And next, in brackets, following those beliefs, we will indicate the degree of vibrational compatibility. That's what we are mastering, okay, with different topics. We went through the body, we went through Monet last session, and today let's see what thoughts, what desires we have as human beings in regarding to our world, and what we think in general, okay, and let's see. For any desire to be realized by you, or before anything can manifest in your life experience, there must be vibrational compatibility between your desires and your beliefs. As you read down each of the following lists, notice the feeling of the lessening of resistance or the improvement in the vibrational relationship between the stated desire and the commonly associated belief. So let's see if we can detect that already. Desire, general desire. I want the world to be a happier place. Okay. Belief, common belief. There is so much suffering in the world. So I want the world to be a happier place. How does it feel to think suffering in the world? Okay. This belief is vibrationally incompatible with the stated desire. We notice that, right?
Yeah.
A better belief, alignment, it says, I have lived quite a good life. Okay. This belief is vibrationally more compatible with the stated desire. Because I want the world to be a happier place. Minimum here, we don't think something against. The next belief says, look how happy that little girl is. So we focus, we want happiness, we want the world to be a happier place, okay? And from focusing on what we don't want to focusing, find something that really takes our attention in the direction of what we want. Look how happy that little girl is. This belief is even more vibrationally compatible with the stated desire. Another example, desire. I want the people of the world to get along with one another. You are got it interrupted again. Okay. So let's see about you.
I can hear you very good.
You do? Mm-hmm. So I continue.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's see. I continue. Let's see if we can get better here.
I hear you well.
Okay. I want the people of the world to get along with one another. How many of us, we would like that, right? So, belief in general. It seems as if there are so many conflicts and ways happening and wars happening today. Okay. If you want people of the world to get along with one another and we have this kind of thought, we are not going to perceive, you know, the peaceful or getting along with one another. A new belief would be not all people are involved in conflicts. This is kind of, I love the way you understand, you dismantle mind in general, but this is kind of relaxing the mind, no? When we understand the different frequencies of thinking, you know?
I can say something there.
Yes.
I think the bottom line is,
This doesn't work in the computer. This is only for the phone.
Okay.
You have to speak over there.
Anyway, what was I saying? Changing the context seems to be the key to dismantling the mind. Changing the context, not the content, not what we see, but the way we perceive it, seems to be the way to change our belief system, like they're talking about here with Abraham-Hicks. So, yeah, we get better contexts.
So, if there are so many conflicts and wars happening today, I can tell you that a lot of people think that way, okay? Maybe they don't have the intention of, you know, really seeing a better world, but will be not all people are involved in conflicts. Opening, you know, we don't collapse it so much. I feel that way. And then a new belief says there are many people around the world who are living in joy. Gosh, can you imagine? I think, you know, I want to talk about this because there is so many addiction or habit, let's say, to get entertained, again, with what we see, with what is already manifested, and we are stuck on that, you know? So now with all the politics that we had in United States and whatever, is such a, gift that we have, the ones that we know we have it, you know? That, you know, it's not a matter of focusing what is already created, because then we crystallize it even more. It's really a matter of being, you know, being clear with our own vision, you know, what it is that I want to focus on, what it is that I want to see, you know. Better here now. Okay, perfect. So the idea is to realize that we are not going to change other people, but if we catch ourselves here, you know, wanting peace in the world and but, you know, really grasp my attention, you know, like I see conflict here, the news, the whatever, to become aware that that some part of myself, my negative self, let's say, you know, gets excited or nurtured by this kind of focus. And you just, you know, you can welcome that aspect and you can release it right there, you know, so unconsciously, you know. So to become aware of that is being alignment with our true desires, is to really think, okay, in alignment with that desire. And that's what I think we are learning here. Difference from there are many people around the world who are living in joy. Imagine that's my thinking, my focus too. It seems as if there are so many conflicts and wars happening today. Thought is going to be, you know, much more allowing what we want, you know. So another thought, another example we have here. I want the world to be a safe place. General belief that they show us here is, what if something catastrophic like a earthquake, tidal wave, or nuclear explosion disrupts the well-being of our planet? Really, you know, can say that this is a collective kind of thinking, and how attractive it is for a fearful ego, you know, and our fearful self, you know, like looking for disasters and so attracted to that, you know. So it's up to us to switch, you know. Do I want to focus here, or do I want to create something? A better thought that will be more in alignment with, I want the world to be a safe place, if that's true that I want that. We have long lived with the traits of those occurrences, of them, and we continue not only to exist, but to thrive. Okay, this belief is vibrationally more compatible with the stated desire. And more is the well-being of this planet certainly does appear to be dominant. Now, I would like to say something here, you know, like what kind of frequency you need to embody yourself, okay, to notice the well-being of Mother Earth. You can see it, you know, from separation to Mother Earth, and then, you know, all the structures that we can see here, blah, 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 conflicts, destruction, blah, 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 or you can really see it from your own well-being and connect with the well-being of Mother Earth. So the potential that we have to see this Mother Earth radiant, blissful, you know, harmonious, and is really coming from our own well-being. Our well-being to extend that instead of the fear, corrections, and keeping, you know, dancing on that, let's say, perception, you know, of that something needs to be fixed and something needs to be, that is easy to say, you know. But I have a dear friend of mine that this year went through a lot of chemo from a cancer situation, blah, 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 you know. And it's easy to say, you know, how can you embody your well-being and your true nature when you are experiencing, you know, this kind of pain and limitation and chemo that makes you like, you don't feel alive at all, you are no energy at all, blah, blah, blah. Well, it is a powerful choice. You know, we have it. Do I choose to embody my true nature, or do I choose to focus on what's wrong and I have to fix it? Or maybe we can do both, but from a place of surrendering and alignment and well-being, you know, from a place of peace, not from a place of having to fight anything, from a place of choice. I do like clean water. You know, I remember in Florida, that was a powerful movement, you know, about stopping one corporation that, you know, was doing something into a river, blah, blah, blah. Political situation, if you want, or governmental decisions, let's say. And it was so beautiful to see a lot of conscious people, you know, like standing up, you know, really claiming the right of life and how beautiful water is, and let's love water, you know. It's a completely different movement than fighting the government, how bad you are, and look the corporations, how bad they are, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, where are you focusing on, you know? That's my opinion. But I mean, I do love that that the world is changing, you know. The question is where I'm engaging from, because that's the real change. And your vibration is your signature. So if you engage, you know, changing something because you are afraid, that's where you emanate. Changing something because you love the vision, that's what you emanate. And it's very different, you know. And I think it's time for us to discern that. And I love that we are teaching, that we are learning that, you know, through these teachings. Comment about it? I'm talking here.
Let's see. You didn't open. I can manage it.
Anyone would like to say anything about this, or I just continue?
Yeah, Jeroen.
Yeah, I don't know if I can say much about it, but it's something that's on my mind quite a lot recently. And I've also noticed that I go in my thinking from a scared state into a hopeful state. And I'm wanting to learn, like I'm wanting to learn about sustaining my own energy sources and my own water sources. And it can be done from fear, but it can also be done from an idea of that I'm pursuing my safety. I'm taking things into my own hands. And yeah, just noticing that I go through these different phases. And yeah, I just wanted to share that actually.
I love it, Jeroen, because, you know, that's our human journey. Okay, so I do love that we can be compassionate. To me, I think the hardest moment or periods of time, you know, is when you become aware of an aspect of ourselves, like my scarcity. I call it scarcity Monica. You know, like sometimes now with the new house, you know, and all that stuff, and suddenly I'm thinking, oh my gosh, and how we are going to do this, or here it is, here she is, here she is, here she is. She was fabricated long time ago from my parents, my culture, collective consciousness, blah, blah, blah. And it's up to me to welcome that aspect of Monica, okay, from unconditional love, because that's who I am, okay, to embrace it and let it go. So I love that you're aware of the scarcity, Jeroen, let's say, you know, and you can choose not from judgment about that, but from total compassion about it. You know, it's like, wow, well, that's what I created before I was awake. Thank you so much for showing up. Now I know better, you know, and I am totally here to let you go from love to love, you know. So courage and continue with the journey, because now is when it gets, you know, the tendency is to engage with that scarcity self, let's say, or entity or aspect from mind. That's good, that's bad. Oh, that's not good, you know, it's not good to be scarcity, whatever. It's not good, right, or nothing. It's just what shows up. We engage with, we can let it go.
Candace.
Yes.
We're having some weather extreme here. Can you hear me okay? Okay. There was a lot of snow for some days, and then it froze and ice, and we had snow again last night, and now there's supposed to come rain tomorrow, and all these dire predictions for flooding and all this, really a bunch of, you know, the typical news media trying to make everybody afraid and concerned and run out and I don't know what you do, but anyway, creating worry and concern. And we just had, and this lady just published an article about how important it was to just hold in our minds what we want. You know, we're in the mountains and we're high in California, so the water from here, you know, affects a pretty big area. And so the snow melt, she was saying, just keep in mind that the snow melt be at a gradual rate of speed and slow, and that we have a good spring and plenty of snowpack and, you know, a normal natural situation instead of the kind of extreme. Just hold that in your mind and think positively, and don't spread all the stories about disaster. You know, it's just, I really appreciated her bringing that to the fore. She added some information for me, and it's so good that we remind each other, like we do here in this call, to keep our thoughts on track and to basically ask for what we want. Back to another one of their books, Ask and It Is Given. Ask for what you want, not for what you don't want.
Exactly. How beautiful, Candace. And I love, because there is more and more people, more and more conscious people. So we are not so alone like we were 50 years ago, you know, like who are you thinking that whatever. Today is more natural. We are more awake already, you know, so thank you.
Worldwide too. I love it that it's worldwide, not just
yes,
you know, in California
exactly.
or in, you know, one place. It's everywhere. So grateful.
Yeah.
You want What about now?
Now we can hear me. Jeroen, that, take this off. Your interest in having your own energy and water and all that, that can come from excitement, passion. You know, you can almost say a hobby. It's like, I love this stuff. And you notice inside to yourself, if you're feeling great, if your energy is going up, or if you go, oh shit, this is terrible, I better, you know, everybody's gonna die, I better get my own water, and you know, so you know how you're feeling. So if you're excited and passionate, that is as good as any other topic on the world that you're passionate about and lifts you up, and you become an inspiration to the people around you, not from fear, but because it's not a right or wrong situation. It is just something that excites you or the person that having it. So it's not the topic per se.
Thank you, Arne. Beautiful. Okay, so let's continue here. Desire was, and as an example here, I want the world to be a safe place. And we went through whatever, not very in alignment thoughts here, and then we arrived to the last one that they show us here. It says, the well-being of this planet certainly does appear to be dominant. And you're going to see that when you see your well-being dominant, okay? So keep going with the inner work here. Example that we have, desire says, I want the world to be a healthy place. We like that, right? Believe, there are so many things in the world today that threaten our health, excuse me, that threaten our health. Well, this belief is vibrational, incompatible with the stated desire. And this is so funny because it's so collective, you know? everybody, the virus, oh my gosh, it's like so amazing. So there is so many things in the world today that threaten our health. Well, if you think that thought, remember, you are not building a desire that you probably have that says, I want the world to be a healthy place. You are completely in disharmony with that intention. While some places seem truly toxic, there are many that are really thriving. Okay, well, that is, I will say, the bridge, you know, between the old world and the new one. You focus, and you can see there is places that are very beautiful, especially here in Costa Rica. It's like, wow, you know, it's pure, it's clean, I mean, pristine. Another belief that is very much in alignment with I want the world to be a healthy place says our planet has tremendous regenerating capabilities. That's it. Like, wow. Now we give the power to Mother Earth, you know? Yes, I know who you are because I know who I am, okay? So that will be much more compatible with this intention. Another desire will say, I want to experience more of this world. In general, this world is so vast and I'm experiencing such a small part of it. I feel like I am missing out on so much. I believe is vibrationally incompatible with the stated desire, or I want to experience more of this world. Now, if it's true that you want to experience more of this world, there is another belief that we can contemplate here that says technology makes the world so much more accessible. I can see places and gather information about them before I visit them. I think that we are opening the door here to the possibility. And a new belief which says, I love exploring my world. I'm going to start paying more attention wherever I am. Is that more in alignment with the desire I want to experience more of this world? And sense it, you know, it's like, yeah, one opens the door. I mean, one is absolutely not. The other opens the door a little bit. I can start to conceive it. But the third one, I love exploring my world. That is, I'm focusing on what I want here, you know? Beautiful. We are here. Oh, says, in earlier times, before the technology of your planet gave you the ability to see what is happening in every village or city on your planet, it was possible to observe those around you and, for the most part, maintain your awareness of well-being. But in these modern times, with so much emphasis placed on pockets of unrest, war, and natural calamities, your observation of your world through the negatively slanted view of your news media gives you an enormously distorted perspective of the well-being of your planet. It fosters your perception of your lack of empowerment more than constant graphic reminders of tragedies occurring that you have no personal involvement in or the power to change. It is our desire that you come to understand that those things are not your work. It's to tend to your own energy balance. And when you do, your world will come into perfect alignment. Gosh, I just love it. I love it, and you know, it's so beautiful because I really live in a world of contrast right now. You know, there is few people, and we are growing in this direction. More and more people. I think we are attracting more and more what I call conscious people, or people that will enjoy, you know, this wisdom. I would say, you know, that we are creators. You know, that's powerful to say, and every moment of the day, attention. That's what you are creating. You know. That's what I am creating. So I'm so, you know, I would say lately joyfully aware. I think in the past I was more like, I don't know how to switch, you know, but right now I feel very comfortable in just allowing myself to engage from well-being, you know. So that's it. That was chapter 18. Let's see.
Can I give some comment?
Yes.
The concept that job to create a better world for someone else, pretty much what she said there, is kind of a strong attitude. Many people will freak out to hear something like that. And actually, we have several friends that are, they live their whole life just on helping people. And if they don't have someone to rescue, have a meaningful life. It's almost like they want to die. So, but that's really trespassing on other people. And in the Tibetan Buddhism, you know, compassion, have compassion for people. Yeah, of course, we can pray for people, intend for people, create the most supportive environment for them to learn, to grow and find themselves, like we're doing here. But to tell people that I know more about you and what you need help, so I'm going to tell you that you need to do what I think you should be doing. That's you know, that's in alignment with what Abraham-Hicks has said, but it's also a strong, you know, get out of the way of other people, be an inspiration. Our real job is to be an inspiration. Look at us. In Tibetan Buddhism, for example, which is one of my loves, there is no teaching unless you ask for it. There's no teacher going out, hey, everybody listen to me now. You have to ask, then you get the most profound teachings that is pertinent to you at that moment where you are at. And it's not the same for everyone. Depends on your place. So that becomes not only compassionate, but it becomes also supportive and empowering. But most people say, well, pour all these people over there and all that, you know, go and give them fish. And no, we go say, no, yeah, if people are willing to learn to fish, we'll teach them to learn to fish. If they don't, giving them fish is actually undermining them in many ways.
I remember, I don't know if you remember, Candace, the book that we studied, The Dynamics Law of Prosperity by Catherine Ponder. I love it because that was the first book that opened my mind, you know, the first chapter, you know, about your right to be rich and what poor, you know, scarcity mentality or consciousness means and how do you help that consciousness, you know. Well, you're not going to that frequency because if you go to that frequency, you stay with them. You need to allow yourself to vibrate higher, you know, and then if people feel inspired by that, you know, they will pick up or not, I don't know, but you are in charge of you are in charge and responsible of your vibration, you know, of your expression here. And I love Catherine Ponder really gave me, you know, this sense, if you want, or I got it there, you know, the sense of permission, you know, like, okay, not only permission, it's my responsibility, you know, that's what I want to offer. So, okay, thank you. Yes.
She made it seem so practical and easy to do with the affirmations and so on. It started making it more and more real for me too. And I just love it. She's wonderful.
You know, I was thinking that maybe when we finish it, we can go back to that one because for me, it's such a foundation, you know, of uniting spirituality and physical world and material world. And now that we know all of this, maybe we even get it deeper, you know. We'll see what we do later. But we have, you know, like a lot of book to read here. And chapter 19 is...
I want to say something.
Okay.
Obviously. That we normally come from, that Catherine Ponder changed, is that we come from that, you know, there is so much milk out on the planet, there are so many lands, there's so much water, so much of a limited amount. And now the question comes, how do we portion it out? That's where the rest of the world lives in. And it always becomes a competition, conflict, lack consciousness. Catherine Ponder and this book, Abraham-Hicks, and
the Science
of Getting Rich, and many of these books, they're coming from a completely different point of view. And the point of view is, we are the creators. There is no other universe than my universe. And I'm creating my dreams when I'm sleeping. What do I see in my dream? When I drive down the highway, what do I see? I see Range Rovers only. Because that's what I'm creating, right? So, oh my God, look at that. And it goes 3 days, we don't see any Range Rover. I don't see any other cars. And then that comes that. So I become the creator of my life and in charge of it. and there is no competition. Everybody can do it. There, it's even been proven scientifically there is enough of anything for everyone to be millionaires on this planet. There, all the poisons and the destruction of the planet with chemicals and oil and plastics. Well, there are mushrooms that will eat up all of it in no time at all. So, there is a correction even in our mental capacity to know that is. So there is no fear-based if you come from the understanding that we are creators. Accidentally put here, and now there's a cake on the table, and there's a lot of people here, and we all got just to see if we can get a piece. But most people live in that world. We are the creators. We get what we focus on.
Oh, Mr. Ranson. Okay. And we are going now to chapter 19 that I'm very curious myself because it's going to focus on the topic vibrational relativity regarding my government. So every of us, you go to your country and you see how you feel about your government, and let's see what we are going to learn here with Abraham, okay? The following are some examples of the vibrational relativity.
Can you hear, guys? Ask him.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So first we will state a common desire that many people hold regarding their government, and then we will list a series of common beliefs about that desire. And next, in brackets, following those beliefs, we will indicate the degree of vibrational compatibility. That's the process. So for any desire to be realized by you, or before anything can manifest in your life experience, there must be a compatibility between your desires and your belief. Desire, as an example here, and responsible leaders at the head of my government. How many of us want that? Like, yeah, I would love that. I want wise and responsible leaders at the head of my government. A general belief that collectively we think here, the leaders of my government seem foolish and irresponsible. I'm going to create my desire if I really focus on that, or I believe that, right? Another belief is there probably are some talented and wise people with a strong background and understanding in various areas working in our government. See that the switch really goes into be a little open to acknowledge aspects of what we want to create that already exists here, So this one is more in alignment with the desire that we have. I want wise and responsible leaders at the head of my government. And another example, the next belief that they show us is, I liked what I heard from that government official regarding this issue. So to focus on things that you can acknowledge, that you can, promote just by celebrating it, So I want wise and responsible leaders at the head of my government. Better if I focus on some comment that I like it than on 30 minutes of a debate, that they didn't understand anything and they were fighting with each other, something like that, So to really make sure that I'm focusing, that my thoughts are in alignment with my desire. Example, desire. I want my government to reflect the desires and interests of the people it represents. Belief, in general. Politicians tell us one thing while they are trying to get elected. They are in office, they do what best serves their own selfish interest. I have to put my hand up here because I heard this thought so much. I'm sure I have it somewhere in my consciousness here because I see it reflected a lot outside, So is that kind of thinking supporting the desire of, having a government that is democratic or that really listens to the people that work for us, Our government is an extremely complex entity. While some aspects of it seems out of balance, there are obvious aspects of government that effectively serve the public. And let's acknowledge that will grow. And a new belief that is more in alignment with our desire, I want my government to reflect the desires and interests of the people it represents, says there are so many advantages to living here in this wonderful nation. From complaining to appreciation, really. Remember the book that we, The Money and the Law of Attraction, that we studied just before this one from Abraham-Hicks, that was all about gratitude, appreciation. Yeah, focus on appreciating what you want, what you're looking for, you know. Another example, desire. I want my government to understand that it exists to serve the people it represents. Our general belief is our government has become a self-perpetuating agency that seems to have forgotten that it exists to serve the people who have elected it. With a desire, a new level will be, while our government is often inefficient, I don't believe that we would be better off without it. I'm seeing, you know, in all these middle thoughts, we have one that is absolutely not in alignment. The middle one, there is always a little opening. I love to detect that. You know, it's like my mind maybe cannot conceive yet, you know, the super, you know, vision that I'm looking for. But, you know, I'm doubting the old one. You know, I'm focusing on what it is that I want. I love it, you know, here. And a new belief that will support the desire is our government is comprised of many departments and many individuals with good intentions. So imagine that you really think that and that you bless people, you know, instead of purging the, you know, the whatever you can see, I don't know. So that will be, is good to know. I have the desire that says, I want my government to be fair and balanced. Belief in general is the administration of our current government is not even trying to acknowledge that there may be other points of view that have merit. And that probably is so true in the illusion world, you know, like you can demonstrate that. And I have people here that show us the facts and keeps convincing us and blah, or me, let's talk about me. You know, and bombarding by their end, you know, I try to be transparent. You know, it's almost like, okay, you know, that's not where I want to focus. I don't even engage with arguing nothing because I don't think it's going in that direction. But we can understand that if you want peace and fair and balance, you know, that kind of thinking is not going to be supportive for that. Attention of focus, you know. A new belief will be, I recognize that my government seems most unfair and imbalanced when their views disagree with my own. Maybe our disagreement is part of the balancing process. And a new belief will be, even though at times I disagree with the direction of those in office, our system of government assures that no administration can remain in office indefinitely. And so eventually comes, even though it may take some time. Even more open into the possibility or experiencing, creating, manifesting balanced government. New desire. I want a government that is well respected by other governments and by the people of the world. I'm just thinking that for sure I'm not political at all because I never focused on wanting, you know, I want my government that is well respected and by the people of the world. Well, I like the thought. Believe. I'm embarrassed by the action of my, oh my gosh, that I heard that so much, aren't I? I'm embarrassed by the actions of my government, which seems arrogant and self-serving to many other nations. Okay, if you really want something and you focus on this, that's what you're going to get, okay? New belief. My opinion about my government and the response of the people of other nations is based... My opinion about my government and the response of the people of other nations, very limited information, meaning I'm not going to believe it, okay? New belief. The presence of my nation and the efforts of my government, past and present, have added tremendous value. From against to appreciation, acknowledgement, a little tiny aspect of a gratitude and appreciation, and that will grow. But it's up to us. What do I focus on? You know? And yes, one here is desire. I want a government that is fiscally responsible. I believe that we have collectively. If my government were a normal business, continuing more than it earns, it will have been bankrupt years ago. Okay? A new belief can be, I realize that my concern around my government's fiscal irresponsibility is based more upon my fear of what the future will bring than about what's actually happening right now. No, I'm engaging from fear, I'm engaging from well-being, you know. Belief, new one. Even though the size of our government is increasing and the money it is spending is ever greater, the overall life experience of the people of this nation has been steadily rising. No, the quality of, you know, some people. Many people in the beginning of their decision to tend to the balance of their own energies balk at the idea of giving someone with whom they vehemently disagree the benefit of the doubt. There is no point of view regarding governmental issues, or any issues for that matter, that we desire to guide you towards or away from. It is only our desire that you find a way to come into alignment with you. When you do, your own life and world will reflect that balance, and until you do, there is not enough action in the world that can compensate for the misalignment. So let's be busy with our own awakening here, so we can engage from a different place and to really be more and more conscious of what it is that we are co-creating here, you know, what is my seed, you know. Great, so we have 10 more minutes here. I don't know if we want to share or something, or I jump into the next chapter. It's not too long, but you tell me.
Maybe they have some comments. I think.
Any comments about this governmental and our approach? Yes, Candace, go.
Well, I was just reminded by something Arnie said a couple of comments back about feeling like there's scarcity. My mom used to work for a technical university of engineering, New Mexico Institute of Mining and Technology, and she worked for the president. She was the personnel director, actually. But one day, she was told by the top person there that regarding planet Earth, there was not one drop more or less water here than there ever was. There is a finite amount of water on this planet because no more is being made. And it can't go anywhere. It just goes up and precipitates back down. So the same amount is here. So there is some factuality about that, but there is enough. That's what we're learning, is to think in terms of enough instead of scared of, and we don't have, you know, oh my gosh. You know, and we're also learning that we have to protect it. That's a whole new aspect. We didn't have to do that before these last 20 years or 30 years. So,
and yeah,
interesting. And it's far beyond our governments. It's the people who are controlling our governments who are, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
I was thinking, you know, the more I am awakening, let's say, in the sense of really getting in touch with the well-being frequency and peaceful. It's so simple, you know. Sometimes we think it's more complicated and we don't think we're awake. If you can just be present and feel the peace, that's it. I mean, it's not very complicated. But I would say the more I can, yes?
He wanted to talk.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, just 1 minute here. Well, I lost it, so that's good. Okay, Jaren, go for it.
Thanks. Yeah, I think what Candace said is quite something I was also thinking about. Maybe, I don't know when the book was written, this book from Abraham, but maybe nowadays it's more relevant to think in terms of the government is not really making decisions, but you can still end up in another scarcity thinking, where you say, we're totally hopeless because business are making decisions for our government, and therefore we have absolutely no control. But then you can also have another thought, like, but we can change what businesses do by our choices of how we spend our money. So it's kind of, wherever you are, whatever you see, there's always one step ahead that you can think about.
Yes, absolutely. And I love what, you know, it's almost like they say the, you know, really highlighting, you know, like you change inside. You have to change inside, you know. It's not about changing the outside. What? I'm talking here. So the thing is that I just wanted to say that the possibility of the deep understanding of realizing that we are pure consciousness. So everything that we see here comes from nothingness. I mean, an illusion, you know. So when we say there is enough water or whatever, I mean, there is enough of everything. There is all and everything and nothing at the same time. So it's not something that we can grasp, you know, conceptualize or grasp mentally or whatever. But the more we can relax in our well-being and in our presence, the more we are that. And the more we can understand that, you know, everything is possible. Now, you know, if we are 10 people and 9 people are focusing on scarcity, let's say, maybe it's very hard for the one, you know, focusing on abundance and prosperity. But now we are more and more people realizing consciousness, you know, awakening into this unlimited source, capital letters, that we are made of. You know, we are co-creators here, and it's a matter of focusing again and again, you know. So that's what I wanted to say, and again, keep going in this direction. And I think we are going to stop right here. If you have any other question or comment before we can complete today, because next chapter will be chapter 20, and I would love to deepen in realigning with your vibration of well-being. So I'm sure that Abraham-Hicks is going to guide us, you know, to engage with our world, our life from that well-being frequency. So I think until now we were discerning, you know, the quality of our thinking, the accepting, if you want, the collective unconscious thinking that we all have and we can all connect with. And now we have more power of choice. If I want to think that way, or if I want to think intermediate, you know, like a little opening so I don't crash, you know, to hurt my, you know, conditioned self. Or maybe I'm ready to open up and to think totally in alignment with what it is that I want to create. And this is our mastery, guys. So let's practice next week here, you know, like if I do want more money in my life, what it is that I'm thinking with that, and let go what is not in alignment with total compassion, because I created that, or I was identified with that because I didn't know anything better. So that's okay. Thank you for sharing. I let you go. And on well-being, our vibration of presence and well-being, that is who we are and is inside us, inside our heart, let's say, you know, is the one that has the wisdom and is the one teaching us all of this, you know. So I hope we can surrender to that. And next Saturday, we will have our next Unlimited Network Mastermind to continue nurturing, exploring this prosperity consciousness.
And today, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I woke up like so on, you know, and
okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day too, and happy